So as a part of this session, we'll discuss about the concept of package manager. So what does it mean by the package manager and how to create the package, or if someone sends us a package, so how to upload that package inside AEM. So these are the things which we will be going to be discussing as a part of this session. So first of all, package is nothing but so package manager is one tool which is used to create, export, import, and manage the content packages. So first of all, what does it mean by the package? So before creating them, so package is nothing but it is a zip file which is holding the content of our repository. So here, package is nothing but a zip file holding the repository content in a file system. So which provides us an easy to use, easy to edit representation of files and folders. So content also included in the packages with the help of the filters. So basically these packages are nothing but so where we can transfer the content to the other users. Suppose if I go here inside AEM, so where the data will store inside the CRXT, right? So now if I go inside this CRXT, right? Okay, so in this CRXT light, so now, so in this CRXT light, what happens is, so whenever I'm having this particular package, so at that case, so right now this is all the content I'm having in my repository. So in the apps folder, I have my custom project, and inside the content, I have the content, and inside the conf folder, I have the templates of my project. So created customly or created for the project itself. So we'll be having all the things. So a lot of content we will be having inside these options. So now this is some repository content. Okay, so if I share this, if I want to share this content, any content with any other developers, or if I want to move the content from one environment to other environment as well, so how we can do that? So basically, whenever we are creating any pages, or whenever we are having, suppose if I go for the sites console, so right now we are having a lot of pages. So not a lot of 4 or 5 pages I have in my set. Suppose if I go for EN, so inside EN we have 4 pages. Or if I go in, if I observe the under US, I have EN and I am also one page that is available. So now every of this case, these pages will not be a part of your project. Okay. Suppose if I try to open the project inside VS Code, or if I try to check the project inside the where the file has been there. Suppose if I go inside project, AEM Guides Marvel, and then now I'll go to UI content. So where the content pages would be storing. So source, main, JCR root, go inside content, and now Marvel. So US. So if you observe here, US and EN. Suppose if I go inside EN, as we are having a lot of pages inside EN as well, so those pages are not available. Why? Because so pages contain a lot of content. Okay. So whenever we are creating a real page, we will not have one page or 5 pages will be not having. Okay. Okay. Stop audio is we don't try to plug in earphones and check once. Is it same with everyone or else? Is it an issue from my side or is it same with everyone? Yeah. Uh, so as we go for the site, so a lot of pages will be there. So all the pages will not be as an part of the AEM or repository or the code base because pages have a lot of content and which adds a lot of weight inside your AEM instance as well. So now if I go for this project, so Git can hold a lot of content, but we are making our project heavier with the help of with these pages as well. Suppose if I go for research, so assets are part of and AEM. So we can directly upload the assets with the help of this digital asset console, and then I can manage the assets as well. So when you are managing these assets as well, so these assets will not be part of an project. Okay, so this is the project we are using. So the assets will not be a part of the project as well. So in order to consider the space, so right now we are when we go for a real time website. So if you are building if you are working on a project, so we'll be having multiple instances, not only a single instance, multiple environments would be there. So stage, prod, development, QA, and production. So a lot of environments would be there inside the multiple instances for testing or for the production. So a lot of environments would be there. So inside those environments, if I want to push this payers, so I can, if I want to get the project, so simply I can deploy the project into the instance. But if I want to get these payers, or if I want to get these assets, so how we can do that? So we can't, as these are not part of a project, so as these are not part of the content repository which we are building. So in order to move this content, so we have to follow somewhere, right? So we have to export this content and then we have to send. So it is not something like we can download all the assets, because we'll not have one or two assets, or we'll not having for one or two pages. You can say that simply I can create that inside the production environment. So it takes a lot of time in order to create these pages, or if not only one or two assets would be there, right? So we have a lot of assets. So in order to upload these lot of assets to the production environment as well, takes a lot of time. It consumes a lot of time, and it consumes a lot of uh, work with the developer as well. So instead of going that, so simply we can transfer the content from this from our local to the either production, QA, staging, testing. So anything we can transfer the content. So how we can do that? With the help of the package manager tool, we can transfer the content to the other instances, or we can we can just send the content to the other instance. So as a part to send this content, so we can send any kind of content. Suppose you are a developer, okay, so you have developed a component, or you have developed one template. Okay, so now whatever the content you are having, or whatever the components you are having, so you want to share with your co-worker or co-developer, you want to share. So how we can share that? Suppose we can't directly share the component with them. Okay, because every time when we are sharing, so it should match the repository structure. So then only they could easily download them. So without matching the repository structure, we cannot download or we cannot share the content to others as well. Okay, so we have to manage this repository structure. So we have to preserve this repository structure while sharing the content to any person as well. So with the help of the package manager, so we can simply, whatever the content I want to include, so simply I can include that content with the help of filters. Okay, so filters is one option, so where I can easily include the content inside the packages. And once I have added the content inside the package, so we can easy to edit, and then we can also represent the files and folders. It will hold the repository content. Okay, so it will hold the repository content in the file system in the format of an zip file. Okay, so now how to create this packages? Okay, so in order to create this package, so here we have an option of package manager. So in the CRXD, here we have an option of package manager, and inside this package option we can create an package. Okay, so here inside this package manager tool, so we can create a package, or if someone gives us a package as well, so I can upload that content into my CRXT. Okay, because the content, if I upload in the package manager as well, the content will be stored in the CRXT only. So if you remember, when we are building the package as well, so initially when we deploy the project into the AEM instance, right, so we are using MVN clean install minus p auto install single package. So at the time it will deploy all the files as a part of single package only. But whenever we are having the front end modules like UI content, UI front end, and then UI apps structure, so all of these front end modules will be deployed in the form of single package, will be deployed in the form of package only. Okay, so they will be deployed in the form of .zip file. Suppose if I search for Marvel, so I can find all these files. So AM guides or UI content, so UI config, UI apps, so all, and then components. So all these particular things will, so not the components, all the front end modules are being deploying into the AM instance in the form of an package only. So with this help of package manager tool, so we can import and export the content. We can create, edit, and delete the content inside the packages as well with the help of this package manager tool. So basically, a package is called as a content package. So it is not called as a zip file. So we usually call them as a content package. So with the help of this content package, we can share components, templates, client libraries, and user permissions, or else content like pages and images also we can send them. So how to create this package? So here we have an option of create package. Okay, so if I go inside this create package option, so then it opens a wizard. So here we have to enter those details. Okay, so package manager allows you to bundle the content. Okay, so whatever the content that is there in the repository, so we can bundle that content inside your AEM instance. Okay, so you can just click on this create package button, and then you can give any name to the package. Okay, so Marvel hyphen. So Marvel hyphen component is one package I am creating. And then version. So what does it mean by the version? So it is optional. So this version is optional, but it is recommended to give the version as well. So basically now I'm creating one component. Okay, so I'm creating and package for a component. So after some cases, so again I want to build the same package, or I want to give the same package. So in that case, so what is my requirement is the package name should be same. I have added a new content inside the component. Now I want to share that content to the other user. Okay, so at that case, with the same name, if again I want to create an package, so at that case, with the help of the versions, I can give that. So for the same content as well, we can give different versions. Suppose if I'm giving 1.0.1, 1.0.0 is one package number I am giving. So again, suppose if I want to make a package of the same content again, so then I can give 2.0.0 or 1.0.1, 1.0.2. So simply we can give. So version gives us the permission to create a package with the same name with a different version ID. And then version new package group is nothing but, so basically if you go for the components, so we are holding all the similar types of components in a single folder, right? So same like whenever we are creating a package, so if you want to hold all of your packages inside a new one, so then with the help of my packages option we can do that. So my packages is an existing group which is already there. So once I have created this Marvel component package, so inside this my packages group, our Marvel component package would be available. So once you click on OK, so now a package has been created. Okay, so once the package has been created, so now what we need to do, so right now as we have created this package, so this package is empty. Okay, so this package is empty for now. So now what we need to do is we need to add the content inside this package. So how we can add the content inside this package? With the help of the filters. So with the help of the filters, we can include the content inside this package. So that means I have to fill the content inside the package with the help of the filters option. So how to add the content inside this package? So here we have an option of edit. Okay, so go inside edit, and then here we have an option of filters tab. Okay, so go inside this filter tab, and then inside this filter tab we have an option of add filter. Okay, so with the help of this add filter option, so it will accept a path. Okay, so this path is nothing but our JCR path. Okay, which is nothing but a CRXT path it will accept. So when I'm specifying here path, so whatever the content that is there under the root path, it will add the entire content. Okay, so it will add the entire content. So right now I want to add our Marvel form component. Okay, so now in order to add your Marvel form component inside this package, so simply you can just click on search, and once you click on search, it is available in our apps folder, right? So go inside this apps folder, and inside the apps folder you can go to your component. So go to Marvel, and then components, and then inside the components, Marvel form is one component we are having. So now this is the Marvel form. This Marvel form component I want to add as a package. Okay. So inside this package, whatever the Marvel component I have created. So inside that Marvel component package, I want to have this content. So simply you can select this root path, and now this is a path of the repository. So once I have selected the root path here, so now we have added an filter. That means it will add the option here. Okay, so once I click on save, or if once I click on done, so path will be added here. Okay, so but before adding the path or before saving it, so here we are having one more option of rules. So what does it mean by the rules? So these are something called as an advanced options in so these are called as an advanced option when it comes to the packages. So what does it mean by the rules is nothing but if I go inside this rule and if I click on add rule, so here we are having two options. One is include, and in the drop down we are having one more option which is exclude. So basically what when you define a filter in AEM package, so if you are telling to the AEM what JCR content or configuration your path wants to include. Okay, so right now when I'm specifying like this, so it will include the entire content. So whatever the content is there, so content.xml file, and then it inside the CQ dialog is there, two HTML files are there. So what happens here is, so it will include the entire content under this path. Okay. So JCR content or configuration paths will include the entire content inside this package. But whenever this configured, so inside this filter section, suppose if I want to include only a particular option. Okay. So when I'm specifying include, so at that time it will include only that particular file. Okay. So include everything under the components path when I'm specifying this root path. Okay. So if I'm using this include option and if I specify the path again here, so at that case, I want to include only a particular file. So in this entire path, I want to include only a particular file, then you will specify the file name. So right now, if I go there, so maybe a .html file would be there. So I just want to include the .html file inside this one. I don't want to include any other content. So I just want to include the .html file. So simply you can specify Marvel form.html file. So once I have done that, inside this package, it will include only that Marvel form.html file and it will exclude all other things. Suppose if I only want to exclude this Marvel form.html file and then you want to include all other content. Okay, so at the time here we have an option of exclude. So when you select this exclude option, so it says that except this particular path, you have to include everything. Okay. So except this particular path, you have to include everything. And when you select this one, include option, so except this path, so you should not, you should exclude everything. So only this part should be included and every other things, every other tail nodes inside this particular node should be excluded. So include explicitly adds a specific subpaths under and then exclude will remove the specific subpaths under the root path you have specified. So that is the option between root path and then this is how we can include and exclude the option. So exclude will remove and then include option will add the content, add the explicit subpaths under the root. So right now what I want to do is I want to have the entire path. Okay. So I want to get the content of the entire path. So simply I'll not select the rules. Okay. Because I want to get the entire path under this folder. So once you click on save, so now a package has been created. Okay. So every time when you add the content, okay, so remember one point, every time when we use the filter option, so when you click on save, so we have added multiple filters, not only a single filter. Suppose right now we have added only single filter. Right now, if you want to add more than one filter as well, so we can add more than one filter, more than one filter as well. We can do that. So right now we don't want it. We can just click on cancel and save. Okay. So what does this filter option do? So this filter option tells the AEM that which part of repository to include in the zip package. So once you have added the filter here, so after saving the filters, now we are getting the package overview. Okay, so inside this package overview, we have an option called build. So what does this build button will do? So basically this build button will perform the action. So this is a bundle. Okay, so zip file is nothing but a bundle. So this bundle will define the paths into a .zip file. Okay, so this bundle will define the paths into the .zip file. So basically, this process will. So when you click on this build, the build process reads the filter, whatever the filter we are having. So the build process will read the filter, and then it will create a snapshot of the repository data, and then it will show inside. It will store inside this particular zip file. Okay. So once you have added filter, you have to build this one. So when you hit on build, so it will the build it will read the filters and then it will create a snapshot of the repository data and then it will show. So once it is completed, so now the package will status will show success. Okay, so if you observe here, the package build is in 115 milliseconds, and then it will give this is the time set. So how much time it has taken to add the content inside this zip file. So now this zip file contains the entire package. Okay, so components and then content.xml, CQL content.xml, Marvel form.html file. So Marvel form custom.html file. So all over whatever the child paths we are having under this root path, so all the child pairs have been included, all the child paths have been included. So these child paths are this inside this repository. So now if I want to download and if I want to download, so simply you can just use this download option and then you can share the content. Suppose if you want to share this one, you can hit on this share button. But usually we use this download option, and with the help of the download option only we can share the content. Okay. So now we can just simply download this one. So once you click on download, so it will open that inside the repository. Okay, so whenever you are working on zip files, so you have to download this WinRAR extension. So with the help of WinRAR extensions only, we can see what is the content inside the zip file. So once you have opened this zip file, you can just check what is the content inside this one. So JCR root is the main thing, and then apps, Marvel, components, and Marvel form.component is the component we are having, and then this is the entire content inside the marvel form.component file. So this is the content.xml of the component, and then here we are having a dialog. So and then content.xml of the dialog. So if I open this content.xml of the dialog, so right now this is the entire amount of code we have to write in the xml code we have to write in order to build the dialog. But with the help of the simple AEM Touch UI configurations, we can easily create the dialog without writing single piece of code. So we can just create a node and then sling colon resource type property, so that we can execute that particular predefined component, or we can forward the request to the predefined component. So or else if I want to build the CQ dialog using code, so this is the amount of code we have to write in order to build an dialog. So basic tab we have created, right? So this is the basic tab, and then these are the advanced tabs. So inside the advanced tab we have created one container, and inside the container we have given a select field, and then we have given multi field we have given. So these are the options. So option 1 and option 2 are the options we have created inside this particular dialog. So this is the content, this is the code we have to write. Okay, suppose if I want to check the .html files as well, we can also see the .html file, because browser is executing this one, so that you can see the content. You can only read the HTML content. Suppose if I double click on this Marvel form, so this is all the HTML content. So browser does not have an ability to read the HTML, so that's why it is directly displaying the HTML directly. But when it comes to but when it comes to the HTML, so the HTML will be resolved with the browser. So that's why we can see the styles applied to this first name and last name. So that is the content.xml. So that is how the HTML files would be required. Okay, so now this is one zip file we have shared. So we have created the content, and then we have created a package, and then we have added the content inside the package. Okay, so now suppose if someone gives us a package, not only a component, suppose if I want to share the pages as well, so we can simply share the pages. So instead of in the root in the path filter, so then we have to specify, instead of specifying the component path, we will specify the pages path. So okay, so pages. Okay, okay, so that is the snapshot ID under the group package only I want to create. So go inside edit, and then filters, add filter, and then you can just search for the path. So inside the content the page should be available. So go to the content folder, and then Marvel US EN. So under this, I want to add all the jail paths. So simply you can select this EN, and then click on done, and then save the changes. So once after that adding the filter, we have to build the filters. Okay. So a lot of pages have been here included. The pages have been included. So generic page, desktop, shoes, a lot of pages have been included here. So if I can download this package, and then we can share to anyone as well. So now once we have created these packages, okay, so where this package group will be there. Suppose if I want to create a new group, so where this package should be there. So basically this package group would be available in the misc admin tool. So go to localhost colon 4502, and then we have an option of misc admin. So inside this misc admin option, we have the packages, and then inside the packages, we have the my packages group. Suppose if I want to create a new group inside this packages option, you can just simply select this one, and then click on new, and then you can create an folder. So it is showing for a page. In the drop down, simply you can select a folder, or you can select a new package option. So when you select a new package, a folder will be created. So this is one already group which is created. So which is my package is one group which is already created, and this is all the content I have added inside this my packages group. So we have created two things, right? So Marvel hyphen component and Marvel hyphen pages. So these are the two components we have created. So sorry, two packages we have created, and then we have added the content inside these packages as well. So right now, wow, so inside the Misc admin tool, we can track whatever the packages that are available under this particular group as well. So with the help of this Misc admin console. So right now, if when you are going for this one, so you can also find them in your repository. So etc packages, and under my package, the package would be available. You can go to the crxt tools, and then you can simply search for this path. Okay, so etc packages, my package, inside this also we can see what is the package zip file, and then content.xml of the package. So jcr content, val definition, filter. So all these options we can see inside this particular path as well. Under etc package, the package will be stored. So right now we are downloading, we are creating the package, and we are uploading the content inside the packages. So consider if someone gives us the content. Okay, so how could I upload that content, and what is the option we are having to upload that content, and then inside the repository. So consider you are new to the project and you don't have any pages. Okay, so your co-developer has shared you the package so that you could get the pages. So now when if someone shares the package, so how you could add the content inside your repository. Okay, so here we have an option of upload package. Okay, so with the help of this upload package option, so you can just simply select this upload package, and inside this upload package you can browse your zip file. Okay, so whenever you are working on the zip files, don't unzip this one, because when you unzip this one, so it will lose the repository structure. Okay, so once the repository structure is missed, you cannot upload that package again. Suppose if I go inside this Marvel component, and then I'll export this one, or else I'll unzip this one. Okay, extract all, extract. Suppose again if I compress to the zip file as well, it will miss the repository structure. So now this is one normal file, right? Suppose if I try to browse, and then if I try to select this one, it cannot be selected. Why? Because so we should upload only zip files only, because zip files only contains the repository structure, so it will not miss any repository structure. Suppose again if you try to zip this one, and if you try to import to the EM server, so it will not work actually. Okay, so once it is done, so now I want to upload this Marvel component 0.1 snapshot. So this package I want to upload. So simply you can select this .zip file, and once you select this .zip file, so you can just here we are having one more option, which is force upload. So what does it mean by this force upload option? So force upload option is nothing but so right now we are having an package with the same name and the same version ID. So Marvel component hyphen 0.0.1 dot zip. So I have already the package is present in my etc folder, and again we are trying to override the existing package. Okay, so if you again want to upload the same package, so at that case with the help of this force upload option, we can do that. So when you select this force upload option, so it will override the existing package, and then it will add the content inside this existing package. So right now this package is already available, so I want to override this existing package. So simply you can click on OK. So once you click on OK, so now we have created the package and we have added the content inside. So if I go inside this crxt as well, and if I try to check, the content would not be available. Okay, so as we are having the same content, we can't see any difference. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll create one more package, and then I'll try to change the content inside that package. Okay, so I'll just create a package for hello world component. 1.0.0 is the version I have created. Okay, so immediately I have to add a filter here. So add filter and add your high level component apps, and then project is Marvel components, and high level is the component I want to include. So I want to get everything, so I'll not select any filter option. Okay, so just click on save and then build, so which will add the content inside the zip file, and then now you can download this one. Okay, so so this is the zip file we are having. So in order to check what is the content, so JCR content, apps, Marvel, components, high level, and then high level dialog, and then content.xml. So we are having only one field, so which is an number field we are having. Suppose if I want to add more than one field here, so simply I can go to this content XML and I can add the content. Okay, so whatever the content I'm having, so we'll check what is the content that is there here. Okay, so try to open this one again. So right now I want to add all this content. So in order to check what content is available, so right now we are having dialog, fixed columns, and container we are having. And then inside the container we have the items, and then we have the number field directly. So I'll try to add some more fields inside this one. So whatever the fields I'm having, so description, image, so I want to get all these fields. So simply I can copy this content and I'll directly change this .xml file. So we should not follow this approach, but for an example person showing whatever the fields we can do that. Okay, so now I have added a lot of fields inside this particular package. Okay, so and then I'm saving these changes. Okay, so inside high level.html file, with the help of the XML code, I have created a lot of fields inside this one. And once you are done with the changes, so just click on save the changes. Okay, so content has been added inside this one. So right now I'm having a new content which is not there in my crxt. Suppose if I want to get this content and if it wants to reflect in your crxt, so I have to upload that package. Okay, so upload that, and then here we have an option of packages, so you can just click on browse and high level component .zip. So in that zip file only we have got the changes. You can simply select open and then click on force upload select the force upload option, and then click on OK. Okay, so right now we have added content inside this one. So once you have added this content, if you want to get this content reflected in your crxd, so at that time we have to install this content. So when you hit on this install option only, so install option button, what it will say is, so whatever the content we are having, so whatever the package content is there, so if you want to get this content targeted and stored, so at that time we have to use this install option. So once you hit on this install option, it will show the content inside the crxd. So you can just hit on install and then install. Okay, so now if I go and check my hello world component, so the fields would be added inside this. So Marvel components, hello world is the component. And if I try to refresh this one, so dialog, content, items, columns, items, and the fields have been added. So whatever the fields that I have uploaded, so those fields are available here. So that is how we can create the package and import and export the content inside the package from the crxt to the crxt. Suppose if I share this package with you as well, so you can upload the package. So if you don't have this project, or if you don't have these folders, so it will explicitly create in the repository. So right now maybe this Marvel folder would not be available to you. Okay, so at that time what happens, inside the apps it will create one more folder which is Marvel, and inside the Marvel folder again it will follow the same repository form, and then it will upload the content inside the crxt. So that is how we can do that with the help of the package. That is how we can import and export the content inside AEM, so to the other environments available, or else the other local host also we can share the content with the help of package manager. So any questions? Any questions?